Hey everyone, welcome to Brad's Gadgets. Today I've got the Dewalt charging cables. That's right, Dewalt now makes charging cables for your phone or whatever other devices you want. So they come in three different styles. You got your micro USB lightning cable for iPhone, and I guess now we've got USB-C for, I guess, iPhone or whatever other device you want, your Android devices, anything else with a USB-C. All three also come in three different sizes. They come in a 4-foot, a 6-foot, and 10-foot length. I'm going to test out the 4-foot lengths. One of the selling features on this is that it's made with Kevlar, right? So built with Kevlar right there. And on the back here, though, it does say that it's Kevlar fibers. We all know that Kevlar is very cut resistant. So I'm going to try to take a knife to one of these and see if I can cut it. Okay. And in contrast, I've got a pair of work gloves, and we're going to try to cut those as well. See which Kevlar holds up better. These are my disgustingly used work gloves. And they're made with Kevlar as well. So we're going to take the trusty chef knife here, and we're going to see how well, if at all, we can cut these. So these are the things I use on a daily basis, and let's just see if we can put any slice into it. Okay, other than making a couple marks, you can see it does not cut through. Okay, so that is Kevlar for you. Now we're going to do this with a brand new Dewalt cable, which has Kevlar in the braiding here, and let's see if we can cut right through it. Here we go. We're ready. We're capturing this on video. Put a good amount of pressure on that, so it does cut right through. So this cable's probably f***ed now, but okay. So now we know the Kevlar fibers aren't all cut proof. However, I don't expect you to come in contact with many blades on one of these on the job site. But if there was a sharp edge and it ran across, it's not gonna, just gonna skip right over that, right? Let's see if this will focus in or not. You can see that it started cutting right through there. So, but let's check it out with the USB-C port here. So the reports I got were that these ends would come right out of it, but they're in there pretty good. Okay, that's, I'm tugging on that pretty good, and there's nothing coming apart. So in my opinion, that's really well made, right? So let's just check that out with a device now. All right, so we got my aperture light here, and we've got the USB-C connector, and I just want to kind of plug it in, plug it out, plug it in, plug it out, plug it in, plug it out. I don't feel any bad connections there. Okay, so we've got that, and we're obviously charging. Okay, so even with the slice in it here, obviously I didn't go all the way through. Okay, so, you know, maybe it was one of those one-off things on the reviews that I saw where the ends were coming off, but you're not supposed to pull it like that. You're supposed to pull it from here, but I just wanted to test it. So I mean, after 1,000 tests, if this thing fails, you know, I'll make another video, but so far, you know, everything's looking pretty good. And it's in there tight when it's in. Alright, so the USB-C cable that I tried didn't make the grade. It got cut pretty bad. Even to the point where I would hazard to say it is now a fire hazard. Okay, maybe not with the voltage and stuff, but it's unsafe. So if you have a cut in your cable, get rid of it. For the $17 that's for one of these, it's worth replacing, okay? Even if you don't buy these ones, just buy a new cable if you have any cables that are cut into them. Price point. So, what are the price point of these Dewalt cables? Okay, so your USB-C runs around 17 Canadian dollars. Your lightning cable, both 4 foot, runs $27. This one's $10 more for the lightning connector on the end. The opposite end, both of them have the USB-A. Why would it be $10 more? I have no idea. However, it might have something to do with licensing for Apple, or maybe they're just that much more expensive to buy. I don't know. But, I don't know, 10 bucks for a connector on the end? It seems a little high. I do like the rubber connectors on them, so that when you pull it out of your phone, you're not really pulling on the cable, so it's kind of pulling on the whole thing. That's kind of nice. Are they worth it? You can get Anker, A-N-K-E-R, on Amazon for roughly around the same price or even cheaper, so with being braided as well. So really it's going to come down to personal preference if these are good for you. If you're a Dewalt guy, hey, nothing wrong with grabbing these, just don't try to cut them. Now, we saw what happened with the blade. I don't expect any of your charging cables to usually come in contact with the blade. I think for the most part, any cable would get cut. I just find it a little bit misleading that's with Kevlar. Kind of leads you on thinking that they're cut proof when they're not. Do I recommend buying them? For the price, I would say they're in that same range as every other cable. You can get some really cheap cables and they tend to fall apart. I really haven't had these long enough to do like a year's worth review on them. But in a year's time, if they're still chugging along, I'll make another video. Or if they fall apart in the meantime, I'll make another video as well. I really like the braid on this, even though it's not cut proof. It's still going to slide along any corners that maybe if you drag it around or move your phone or something, and it's not going to really wear down the cable inside. So it does protect it to a degree. I like braided cables on everything. Even my mouse has a braided cable. They just seem to glide along other surfaces and corners of desks and such like that. It just glides along a little bit better. So I really like the rubber connectors on here. It gives you something to pull on other than the cable to disconnect your cable from your device. Honestly, the biggest thing that I have a problem with these is just the extra $10 for the iPhone connector, and that could be just an Amazon thing. So if you're a Dewalt guy, you're gonna love these. They're not bad at all. I use mine for my computer, so the data transfer rate on them is actually pretty decent and consistent with the Anker. If you found that this video shed some light on these cables for you, maybe you want to pick them up, maybe you didn't know they existed. I didn't know they existed until a couple weeks ago, and I came across them by accident, and I thought, you know what, I like my Dewalt tools, so I'll give them a try. Yes, I destroyed one with my knife, but I needed to see how well this Kevlar held up. Okay, so Kevlar fibers, they just help it glide along corners. They don't do anything for a good cut protection out of it. Hopefully this video was informative to you to decide whether or not these cables are right for you, whether it's Lightning, USB-C, or the third choice of the micro USB. And you can get them on Amazon. I will leave links to Amazon Canada and Amazon USA down in the description below. So if you have any comments, leave those in the comment section down below. Don't forget to leave a like, maybe even a subscribe. And don't forget that down in the bottom right hand corner, there's that little bell down there that will notify you every time I upload a new video. And as always, well, we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody.